Welcome to week one of Swiss top tier ice hockey. We are live from Midco Arena in Briarwood as the Pharaohs are set to open their season against the Jevolette Thorns. Both teams, it's been a long time since they found glory in this league. Briarwood hoping to do so this year, a strong roster full of new members from across the pond. But Jevolette with the strong start here into the zone, picked up by Mueller. In front is Rust, gets a shot on net. D'Angelo looking for another shot. Bobrovsky picks up the puck, tosses it to the left side to Lund. 2-on-2, 3-on-2. Ellison whiffs on the shot as he's picked up. D'Angelo now back in the zone for Jevolette. He circles around the defensive zone. It's picked up by Bobrovsky. Now back to Lund. Throws it back to the defense. Szabo over to Mueller. Mueller on net. Lund picks it up. Knocks it out of a scrum. Bobrovsky back to Szabo. Mueller again. Slap shot on net. Picked up by Pelech in front of the net. Mika Zibanejad looking to go out of the zone for Jevolette. And now on the offensive through the neutral zone is Mika Zibanejad. Pressure from the defense. Breaks free. Into the zone. Rust. A 1-on-3 opportunity picked up by Materi. And it'll be frozen with about 14 to go in the first period. So solid start for both teams. Jevolette multiple shots on net. And it'll be a face-off for Jack Eichel against Nick Suzuki in the defensive zone for Briarwood. Picked up by Morrissey. Out of the zone, drops it to Kuznetsov. Kuznetsov loses the puck. It's in the zone. Eichel rips one at the net. Pettersson there for the rebound, but a great save by the goaltender for Jevolette. Tanev from deep. Suzuki to Schultz, breaking out of the zone for the Thorns. Poke check away. It's back in the defensive zone. Gustafsson up to Saad. Saad over to Schultz. Stützle trying to break it out of the net. His first year in Swiss top-tier hockey, but he's not far from these parts. One of the few German players that played in the NHL. Pettersson, the Swede, dumps it out of the zone. No ice. And Gustafsson recuperates in his defensive zone. Stützle, 1-on-3. Turns into 2-on-2. Suzuki now. Great shot on net. Materi will freeze this one. 7:50 to go. 2 stoppages of play, both on frozen pucks in front of Materi's net. Face-off 1 back to Szabo. Szabo up to Glendening. Dumps it into the zone for Taylor Hall. Picked up by Pelech. Back the other way for the Thorns. Frederick over to Beauvillier. Loses the puck. It's in the offensive zone now. Missed pass. Drops back into the defensive zone for Briarwood. Mueller, the much faster skater, beats the defender to the puck, tries to break it out of the zone, but it's picked up by Pelech in center ice. Skates it back into his own defensive zone. Retains possession of the puck. Now up, but a huge hit by Szabo, a suicide pass by Pelech. And now the Pharaohs trying to enter the zone. Szabo keeps it in play. Rips one himself, his first shot on net of the game. Glendening picks up the rebound in the corner. Hall loses the puck to Frederick. D'Angelo out to Carrick. Carrick bodied by Szabo, who switches out, and the puck is up to Taylor Hall now. Enters the zone, gets crushed himself. No call for interference. He was near enough the puck. Bedard misses the check, picked up by Morrissey. Up to Eric Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky carries it in the zone, great speed. Back to Mueller. Mueller rips one on net. Shot away by Pelech, and that's the horn to sound the end of the first period. So a very offensive first period. Not too physical, despite some big hits on the Briarwood side. 7 hits to 1, but 7 shots on net in favor of Briarwood over Jevolette's 3. There you see the time on attack, 145 to 52. As we enter the second period of play live from Midco Arena in Briarwood. Thorns, historically the most successful franchise in Swiss top-tier hockey with 24 titles. Their last came in 1993. Briarwood have had a drought since 1935. At one point, they held the record with 9 titles, but it's been a very long time since they had such success. Max Szabo led defense in the league in goals last year. Powerful right-handed slap shot from the left defensive position. Face-off 1 back to Szabo. Rips one on net, save there. Goes wide. Lund trying to stay on the puck. Several bodies fly around, and D'Angelo will carry it out of the zone for Jevolette now. Takes it himself. Picked up by the defense. Now Zabo. Ripping one. Blocked by Zibanejad. Keeps it in the zone. Great heads-up play by Mika Zibanejad. Out of the zone now. Looking for Ellison. Or rather, Bobrovsky. Doesn't matter. Jevolette has the puck. Bratt out to Suzuki. Looking to shoot. Shot blocked. Jack Eichel now. Rips one over. Picked up by Saad. Pettersson. Looking to body. Crosses over to Kuznetsov. Back to Pettersson. Pettersson rips one on net. And this one blockered out of play. As this one will be in the offensive zone. 4-1 face-offs in favor of Briarwood. Now you see Eichel line up yet again with Nick Suzuki. Face-off one back there to Tanev. Over to Saad. Breaks it out of the zone for the Thorns, excuse me. Kuznetsov up to Eichel. Rips one way across ice to Pettersson, but it's intercepted by Gustafsson. In front of his own net to Schultz. Up to Saad. Suzuki. Body on the play. Kuznetsov drops it back to Tanev. Puck is picked up by Suzuki. And a back and forth results in Briarwood puck in the neutral zone. It's carried back into the neutral zone by Carrick, who tosses it up to Frederick. Bodied by Morrissey. Taylor Hall over to Morrissey. Carries it himself. Dropping it to Connor Bedard. Connor Bedard rips a right-handed shot off the blocker. Schultz breaking it out for Jevolette. Carries it back into his own defensive zone. Over to Gustafsson, looking for something to happen. And toss it up to Frederick. Penalty on the play. It'll be a delayed call. And the whistle sounds as interference looked the likely call. And that will be. And this penalty will go against Luke Glendenning. 2 minutes for interference. And the face-off is now back in the Briarwood defensive zone. A lot of Jevolette fans here. Obviously a neighboring town. Easy to travel between the two. Stützle puts one on net. This one picked up by Bobrovsky, who dumps it out of the zone. Stützle picks it up in mid-ice up to Zibanejad. Bratt. Pass intercepted, and now dumping into the zone. Bobrovsky chases the puck on Stützle. D'Angelo, 5-on-4 for the Thorns. Bratt. Picked up, bodied on the play. Kept it himself. Great save on the play. Ellison looking to do that again, and he is bodied in the corner. Huge hit. No call on the play. Clean hit. Great shot there by Suzuki. Suzuki passes it around, and Matiri will drop it behind the net as the penalty expires. Up the ice now. Kept in the zone by the Thorns. Max Zabo rips one around for Ellison. Ellison down the left side. Can't beat the defense. Pelech picks him up near his own blue line. Zabo puts the body, looking for forwards ahead. Jack Eichel is at the line. Skating through defenders now. Tries to rip one on net. Unable to get through, but Bobrovsky retains possession. Gospa here over to Drysdale. Glendenning. Fresh out of the box. Puck is picked up by O'Brien. Pelech over to McNabb. Braden McNabb loses the puck. Bobrovsky carries it in, bodied by McNabb. And there the horn sounds as the second period ends. And we remain scoreless here in Briarwood. It's likely the next goal will lead to the first victory of the season in Swiss top-tier ice hockey. We retain a 0-0 score at Midco Arena. 20 minutes to play in regulation. Zibanejad up on Ellison. Won by Ellison. Retains possession. Rips one. Slap shot in the zone. Back to Zabo. Over to Mula. Mula blocked by his own forward. Lund back to Zabo, who rips one on net. That one blocked by the defense. Bobrovsky gets a shot off. Picked up by D'Angelo and carries it out of the zone. D'Angelo 1-on-4. He is just completely smothered by the back check. And Ellison now will break it out for Briarwood. Drops it back to Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky rips a great slap shot. Ellison there for the rebound. Gets his own rebound as the puck was picked up. Bouncing in front. Zabo back to Mueller. Mueller rips one on net, and a trip will be called as Zibanejad was thrown to the ground. And this one on Eric Bobrovsky goes to the box for his first penalty this season. So another 5-on-4. So far, only one penalty in this game resulted in no goals for the Jevolette Thorns. Face off one back to Moser. Moser. Big hit put on him as Morrissey is bodied, and Materi will freeze the puck. Great showing so far by both goaltenders, specifically the goaltending side for the Thorns. Much more shots coming off of the Pharaohs sticks than the Thorns. That one in the back corner. Great shot, and there's the first goal by Saad. An excellent one-timer on the power play as the Thorns go up 1-0. Jevolette leads. Still a lot of time left in this one, but so far every shot has been blocked against the Pharaohs. Great pass. Lund retains his stick on it. Now a power play for the Pharaohs, as this one is interference called against the Thorns. It's Adam Pelech who will pick up 2 minutes, and Pettersson on the ice to drill one in alongside the same line as Jack Eichel. Won by Eichel. Mula rips it into the zone. Kuznetsov carried himself. Puck bounces away. Pettersson keeps the pressure on. D'Angelo retains possession, and a great breakout there by the Thorns. Zibanejad dumps it down the ice. Mula will go back the other way. Loses possession. Pettersson now taking it himself. Weaving through. Stick picked up. Zibanejad dumps it down the ice again. 40 seconds remain on the power play. Pharaohs drop back to Kuznetsov. Zabo rips one on net. Rebound was there. Pettersson ripped one on net. Eichel to Pettersson. Misses the pass. Zabo back to Kuznetsov. It's even strength. Pettersson. Mula to Zabo. Great shot. Nothing going through for Briarwood. Eichel ripping one on net. This one goes wide. Kuznetsov. Back to Zabo. Loses possession. Zibanejad now breaking it out for the Thorns. Bodied there on the play, and a penalty will come up. And charging the call, Walter Müller. The German defenseman called for a charge. So far, 1 for 2 on the power play are the Thorns. 9:11 to go in the third here. They have the lead with like one more to put them in a comfortable position to win this game. Face off one out there, and Hall trying to get it out, but it's picked up by Frederick near mid-ice for the Thorns. Morrissey lays the body. Glendenning will simply dump this down the ice. And Morrissey trying to get something done on the penalty kill as he picks up Schultz, who dumps it up to Frederick, and the puck retains in possession of Briarwood. Glendenning dropping this pass back to Moser. Frederick picks up the puck for the Thorns, carries it back into his own defensive zone to recuperate. Saad has the only goal so far this game. He tosses it to Rust, who is picked up on the play, and the puck will be dumped down toward the net. Schultz over to Rust. Bodied on the play. Great physical performance by the Pharaohs. Saad again. Great save there by Materi. 5 minutes to play in the third period. Eichel looking to get something done. Weaving in and out. Rips one on net. Kuznetsov chasing down Saad. Saad bodied on the play by Pettersson. Frederick out now to Schultz. Over to Rust. Drysdale back to Frederick. Back the other way for Briarwood. Jack Eichel now taking it himself 1-on-2. Tosses back to Pettersson. Pettersson rips one at the net and picked up by Juicy Saros. Saros, an excellent game so far for the Thorns. 2.5 to play. Thorns, 1-goal lead. Face off one back to Schultz. Lund. And Saad is tripped on the play, and this will be yet another penalty for the rest of the game, and not looking good for the Pharaohs as Shane Gostba here is thrown in the box. So power play for the rest of regulation. They would need a shorthanded goal here. And D'Angelo wins the faceoff, or rather retains the faceoff for Jevolette. Suzuki throws one on Materi. Zabo. Tossing up to Illinger. Back to Müller. Müller rips one on Saros, who throws it out to Stützle. Stützle over to Brat. Brat bodied on the play, but Zibanejad into the zone with a breakaway, rips one top corner, and this one is very likely over. We return to full strength, but it's a 2-0 lead for the Jevolette Thorns off the goal from Mika Zibanejad. Desperation time for the Pharaohs. Back to Tanev. Loses possession of the puck. Offsides is Hall, but he gets on and a player is down. That does not look good. Clutching the knee there, that's Josh Morrissey. Bodied on the play, no call. It could have been boarding. Bedard will take the face-off against Suzuki for the Pharaohs. Won by Hall. Gospa here puts on a huge hit. Nick Suzuki now rips one, blocked by the defense. Behind the net now for Gospa here. Up to Glendenning. Over to Hall. Back to Bedard. Great shot there. Great save by Saros. How did that not go in? Glendenning ripping several shots on an open net, and somehow the puck just would not find the back of the net. And with 22 seconds to go, they're not going to pull the goaltender. And this will remain a 2-0 game unless something can happen for the Pharaohs. Gospa here. Rips one on net, doesn't get through. D'Angelo. Up to Stützle. Waiting down the clock is Suzuki. Dumps it into the zone. And with 10 seconds left, Tanev will toss it. And Lund has possession, trying to get something done. 5 seconds to go. Rips one on net, and it looks like this one will be over. There's the final horn. And the final score, the Jevolette Thorns have the first win of the season over the Briarwood Pharaohs. 2-0, a shutout victory for UC Saros. He is our player of the game, as Jevolette now top the table. For Swiss top-tier ice hockey, we'll be with you all season. Stay tuned for more Briarwood Pharaohs hockey. We will see you next week.